The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And as I said, he's blue boy today.
I'm in blue today. I need to get this pen out. Everything's backwards on there.
Yeah, it's kind of like objects and mirrors. Is it bigger or smaller? What does it say in the side mirror of your vehicle?
They're closer than they appear.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Be cautious out there. But yeah, it is hard to get used to when you're on this side of a film and pictures. It's opposite.
Yeah, it's worse than a mirror.
Yeah, that's like being on a stage trying to tell somebody on my left, and they're looking at it and go, that's my right. It's confusing.
Yeah. Stage right, stage left. I learned that from Miss Horn.
Oh, good morning to everyone. We do hope your day is going wonderful, and you've got a great day ahead of you. It's going to be wonderful as we get today rolling. We got sunshine in the forecast. Now, again, sun could have some showers after 2 o'clock this afternoon. We always have those 20% chance.
Yeah, summertime showers.
Yeah.
You know, hey, we've got to say a special good morning today.
Who we got to say a special good morning to?
I run into a fella yesterday. You know where we was at?
Where were you?
At the tool store.
At the tool store?
Yeah. So he came up and talked to me, and we had a good time sitting right there. We had to walk away, or we'd still be there talking now. But
I have a tendency to do that too.
It happens. But him and his wife watch us every morning and enjoy the show, they said, and he's drinking his cup of coffee. So good morning. I'm glad you said hey to me yesterday. Thank you for watching, and I hope you and your wife have a wonderful day today. It was an awesome pleasure to talk with you yesterday.
There you go. They are working hard. Ron. DeSantis is who I'm talking about.
Well, he's about to get in some trouble for shipping people to California, isn't he?
That's where I was going with this. They're trying to really, because, he even, I think, admitted it at one time. He was doing it, flying them up there, and they're trying to make it to where it's a criminal activity and we'll be able to arrest him.
They said it was kidnapping.
Yeah.
Well, they ain't even supposed to be here, so how are they getting kidnapped?
Didn't they sign a waiver to get on the plane, too?
They didn't know what they were signing.
Lord have mercy. The things that go on behind the scenes in America. And, this is probably a little bit on each part. Regardless of whether he's found anything, it puts his name in front of you, and that gives you the thought of, okay, maybe he's bigger than Trump. It's on both sides of where these stories come from.
Oh, and they're scared for any Republican running. I mean, look what they're trying to push.
Mm-hmm.
And, who's at fault here? The one trying to protect his state and the other states because they don't need to be coming into where we're trying to live. Or the government who's going against the laws that they have set in place and allow them to come in here and free roam.
Now, many times you will hear in America as people say, well, if we just had a new law, if we'd start with just the laws that we already have, enforcing those, I'm telling you, it would be such a major difference.
Everything would be up to par.
Well, you take Meridian. We've got a curfew at night. Anybody know that? It ain't enforced, but we do. And if that was enforced, it would take a lot of crime off of the streets after a certain period of time.
That's right.
And I would think, and I don't know the law on this part. If you're out after a curfew, does that give the police the right to search? I don't know all of that, and I wish I did. We need to get us somebody like an attorney that sits over the right and go, "Are we right?" And ask him each morning.
That's what we need. We do need one.
So find us a Bubba and get us a Bubba over there. Bubba law is usually the best law there is.
That's right. Just down and dirty.
I want to bring this up. Yesterday morning, we got the invite to go out to the airport in Meridian. Now, you were a part of the exercise.
Yeah, we had a awesome training. We can sit around a table, which we call tabletops. We can sit around tabletops and discuss what we can do and how we're going to do it. And how everything plays out, but you never really know until you start to really put everything together. And so between the city, the county, you had the city police, you had the county SO, you had our office down there with Meridian Fire Department, all the players from the FBI to the airport to the fire department there, all playing with East Mississippi State Hospital as well. Mm-hmm. And the alarm came out. We had a plane crash, unknown amount of people on board the airplane, and everybody responded. We didn't stage and all. We responded to the scene and showed up and assisted and set up communications in an EOC. And at the end of the day, it was a drill that was well done. Paul Smith with Meridian Airport put this together, and it was an extensive drill, but it was a very good drill, and I think everybody did great. Communications was awesome, and that was our deal, and our side was communications and
well, it reaffirms
logistics.
this, if something were to really happen, that our team, and they do this with hospitals, they do it with all over the area, that they know what's going to happen and they respond quickly. And if there was a problem, they can tweak it. Here's a little bit of the video from this as we showed up there yesterday morning of what was coming as the fire trucks come in. And let me tell you, that water is strong. I think my cowboy hat went down highway runway 22 about 100 feet before I found it. As we get this, here's the Meridian Fire Department as they showed up on the scene. And as always with these things, they always put little tricks as to it's an emergency. These people are hurt. Now, I got tripped up with about 5 or 6 Meridian Fire Department. They had a girl that looked like Lonnie Anderson with a broke fingernail on the side. I stopped with them to help her instead of going on to the plane crash.
Yeah. It's always fun, isn't it?
But I'm telling you, they done. Let's go back and look at some more of these pictures of what went on, of the training that goes into this. Now, the school bus represents an airplane, is the way they had that set up.
And Jason Chisholm with Meridian Public Schools, he helped us get that bus. So thank y'all for helping with that.
And this would be like a fire that's around the airplane. As you pull up here, and we get this going, the fire department on scene, putting out everything, and then they enter the airplane here, and they would climb over seats and load people onto the backboards and tote them off and to safety. And as we get into this, we had a lot of people participating. I don't even know what that thing is. That's a water truck, right?
That's an ARF, and so that's
ARF, ARF.
Yeah. So that's those are some bad fire trucks right there now.
Yeah, I'd never heard of an ARF until then. Y'all feel free to use that word today. I saw an ARF. Metro, as we mentioned, were there also, as we see that the medics on scene, and one of our great volunteers that allowed everybody to tote them around and pick them up. Kevin Boyd with the Meridian Police Department on scene there. And as we get into look at Miss Jennings there with the Sheriff's Department on scene.
She's awesome.
Oh, who is this?
Lord have mercy. That's my EOC. I need to get my 10 out next time.
And as Ward even showed up, and he was going to check the scene. And Meridian Fire Department, it really was a full scale, and our guys done great. Guys and gals, let me reword that in case there was an emergency Meridian, we would be on this. And probably some more of these are going to be scheduled. I know NAS Meridian done one not long ago, kind of similar to this.
This type right here is done every 3 years minimum. But then we also include the airport on other exercises that we do. And we do at least 2 exercises a year through our office because, like you said, hospitals, airport, all these different facilities got to have these exercises.
Right.
Well, we're an integral part of the emergency management side, so we're involved in just about all of these exercises. So it keeps us going. We're definitely always on the go and always looking and practicing. So it keeps us all on our toes, that's for sure.
Y'all stand by. We got a celebrity coming up into the studio here next. Whew. talking West Lauderdale baseball. We'll talk with Jason Smith in just a moment as we get things rolling with West Lauderdale ball. That'll be next.
It's campaign season. Do yourself a favor and elect Reed Tree Service. Got a tree that scares you each time that it sways in the wind? Elect Reed Tree Service to remove that threat. Have storm winds knocked a tree down in your yard and you want it gone? Elect Reed Tree Service. Professional, experienced, insured. Call Mike 601-416-1233 and elect Reed Tree Service for all of your needs. Tell them Scotty Ray sent you.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. And, of course, Odie, one thing I wanted to address before we get into with the coach was the latest developments that we have in Jasper County and also Newton County with the murder that occurred. Now, the suspect, has not been caught at this point. As we know, yesterday, Sheriff's Department went back out. Also, they brought in dogs. There was no body inside that mobile home that burned to the ground. Late last night, were there more law enforcement officials in the area of Rose Hill? There absolutely was. Was there the possibility of drones in the air? Absolutely. I have no official word. As of this moment, we have no arrests that have been made at this point. The subject should still be on the run. They are actively searching. I get a lot of people that go, I'm a little nervous. I live here. Now, law enforcement is watching this very closely. With every call, they jump into action. And we'll also, here in a little while, address the letter that we posted from the family. Mm-hmm. All of that's up and coming. Right now, as we mentioned, out in the northern portion, the western portion of Lauderdale County is where you'll find baseball. It's been known for it for years, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been part of the Collinsville, Sucalina, Martin area and Bailey. And so...
As we said, a celebrity. Let's take a look at him. Look at West Lauderdale's shirt. Man, Jason, how in the world are you this morning?
Oh, we're doing great. I appreciate the invitation and the coverage and just a chance to talk about baseball and West Lauderdale and all that we've been able to do.
Y'all went all the way to the top.
Yes.
We had a good run this season and very proud of the players, of the guys and stuff. Came up just a little bit short, but extremely proud of what we were able to accomplish.
What was the final score?
Game 1, we lost 3-1 in 8 innings, and then Game 2 went 10 innings, and we lost 3-2. So two really good high school games.
Close
just
games.
A little short.
Yeah, y'all never gave up. That second game, I mean, y'all pushed, and I know you had everybody around here rooting for you, and we were definitely rooting for you as well. But hey, you're still winners in our eyes, that's for sure.
So is it kind of like, and let me ask this because one of the kids when we were out at the new West Lauderdale on what's the road over there where the new field is?
It's Gibson.
Gibson Road. Yeah, I was blank for a moment there. The kids are all in these softball things, come up with these big bling rings. Do all the guys get this huge ring that they can't hold their hand up to run around with now?
If we win it, we won it back in 2021, and we get some state championship rings, and was hoping to order some this year. Just didn't work out for us, but hopefully we can get back next year and maybe have us a ring year.
The funny thing about that is the reason I brought this up. This little boy walked up to my wife and he holds it up and he goes, "Look, and I didn't even win."
Well, talking about coming back next year, so we talked about this right before the show. So how many seniors did you have? You know, what is that going to do to your lineup? Do you still feel comfortable?
We'll have a lot of players returning. We lose 4 seniors, and very appreciative of what they've done for the program the last 6 years. Excited to follow their careers and whatever they do, but we return most of our roster and look forward to next season and seeing if we can make it back. So hopefully we'll be in the same position.
Now, when you're scouting, and this is all just room where I have to ask this, do you always look for the guy that stands over in the corner and shapes his hat and scratches his foot and goes, is that part of what you look for? Do y'all do that in training?
Not really. We're very fortunate that we have a lot of really good ball players, and it's always been that way in Collinsville and at West Lauderdale, and don't have to do too much with the players. Just try to let them improve and get a little bit older and grow, get stronger, and we're just very fortunate in that aspect.
As we brought up the new baseball field, it starts young in this area, and I think that has, as what you just keyed on there, is everybody is into baseball in the community there. They want them out there at these ball fields at an early age, and then by the time they get to you, they're a step ahead.
They are. We're the campus being 5 through 12 at West Lauderdale. The same coaching staff gets them in junior high, 7 through 12, and so they're in the program for six whole years. And we don't have to teach them a lot when they get to high school, and they do come to us with a lot of parents of our players. They played at West Lauderdale, and just the tradition and the expectations, and it just all kind of works together.
This travel ball has took off, and a lot of these people are spending most of their summers, not just the summer, but all year long, training baseball and staying on top of it. And do you see that that's helped out when it comes to getting into high school baseball?
Absolutely. I mean, they play a high level of quality competition during travel ball and stuff, and that's a family decision with how much they want to do, but it has definitely improved the game. If they can find a balance with the specialization of sports in high school, we want our kids to play as many sports as possible at West Lauderdale, but it absolutely helps.
So my next question on this is, and I just may be totally off because I don't know everything I should know. And of course, my kids graduated umpteen dozen years ago from there. When is sign up? If you're sitting there going, all right, I want to play West Lauderdale ball. I go to school there. When do you, or is it too late already, or is that just something that is coming up? When do you sign up for baseball?
We have tryouts right at the very end of school, so we can try to get scheduling ready for the next school year. And so we just send it out on social media and also through announcements at the school that sixth graders and that are going into the 7th grade and then junior high, all junior high, players or students, if they want to try out, we send that out. And so it starts going into their 7th grade year.
Wow.
Man, that's something, isn't it?
It is on this, and so you want to make a forecast of what the next coming year is going to be, or is that like taboo? You don't want to do that.
We can talk about that. We return the majority of our pitching staff. We had an all-state player, Ian Harrington, that'll be a senior. He finished 12-2. Had 135 strikeouts on the season.
Wow.
Caden Boswell, who will also be a senior, he finished the season 9-0. We had some sophomores this past season that'll be juniors that pitched a lot and got a lot of experience, and so pitching should be well. Defensively, there's not going to be very many changes, and so we look forward to it. Hopefully, have another good year.
Man, that is great. And then talking about what you've kept, that's one thing. But so you had 4 that moved on. So how many of these 4 are going to take, say, the next step, or they're going to a top college? What does their future look like?
We have 2 for sure. Brett Busby was a senior. He was also another all-state selection, first team from the Mississippi Association of Coaches. He was also player of the year for our district. He's going to Pearl River Community College. Jackson Parker, who has been starting since a sophomore. He was also the quarterback of the football team. He's going to Holmes, and he's going to play both football and baseball. And then Cade Harbor, he tore his labrum on his non-throwing shoulder and stuff, so he may have a chance to walk on at a school if he wants to. But we look forward to following those guys.
All right. I got one of these questions. I think a lot of people probably thought this and probably too scared to walk up to you and ask you this. But as a coach, you walk into West Lauderdale, it is known for winning. You had some big shoes to fill. Were you compared a lot, and does that still happen? Did you brush that off? Did it bother you? How did it feel? Because it had to have happened.
Oh, there's definitely a lot of pressure. I just finished year 21, and 18 of those were at West Lauderdale. 13 were as an assistant for Coach Boatner, and these past 5 have been head coach. So it did help being under Coach Boatner, but to try to fill his shoes, he's the winningest coach in Mississippi history with 1,202 wins and the 14 state championships. And then 2 years ago in 2021, we were able to win a state championship, and that took a lot of the pressure off.
Yeah, I bet so.
The expectations are extremely high, and there is a lot of pressure and a lot of self-pressure that I put on myself. But I have a great relationship with Coach Boatner and talk to him, about every month and stuff. So that's helped with the process.
And one final question before you get out of here was, I feel this, as being a leader, this has a whole lot to do with what you do and the success you do. You are really into faith as we are. You are. I see a lot of posts to where you're involved in church, and we want to say just thank you for being that type of leader to kids.
That role model.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's our foundation, and we try to talk about it as much as we can on the baseball field and in the locker room, as far as making good life decisions, having character, and we believe that foundation comes from a relationship with Jesus Christ, and letting Him and the Holy Spirit guide you in all your decisions. And so, to the best that we can, we try to use that on the baseball field as well.
That's all you can ask for.
That's right. So, off to one last question, and I'll leave you alone. Does your wife always tell you what to do?
Some. I've got 5 kids at the house.
Five kids?
Got his own baseball team.
This man's got to work overtime, y'all.
My oldest is going to be a senior as well, and the rest of them are 10 and under. And when I usually get to the house, she doesn't tell me anything to do baseball wise. She just needs some help.
Okay. Well,
your turn.
That's right.
Jason, we can't thank you enough for coming by this morning and spending some time with us and telling us about West Lauderdale and what to expect for this upcoming year. And congratulations, y'all done a wonderful job of where y'all went.
You made us proud.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Thanks, Jason.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Folks, if your yard is needing grass and you need it quick, talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding. They offer residential and commercial. The great thing about this, it doesn't wash, the water treads, and it holds the soil in place. It's the easiest way to grow grass. That's hydro seeding. You'll get a great looking lawn without all the dry spots. How many times have you put out seed and it gets washed away, blown away, or even the birds eat it? Talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding, 601-728-1954. Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family-owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. Man, how are you feeling today?
Man, I was feeling good till this next story come up, and then I'm sitting here going, humanity has lost its blooming mind.
And what Odie is talking about, there are certain times you can look at a news story and go, we don't need to talk about that. But sometimes you just got to, even though it's just out there, you don't want this to happen to somebody else. Now, let's just say that you're having trouble chasing a fella, and you just can't get that particular fella that you want.
Yeah.
Right. Well, this girl, she went and married because I guess she couldn't find what she wanted. Let me just show you a picture. She's married now, or she says she's married.
Yeah, she says she is.
You notice anything particular odd about that picture?
Yeah, he needs some sun.
This woman has married a blow-up doll. Now, this morning, let me go back here, and this is from Daily Mail. This is his situation this morning.
He doesn't have a job, so he's still laying on the couch.
Well, the reason he's on the couch, she has accused him of cheating on her. Odie.
I don't know who's more full of hot air than the other one is.
You want me to tell you what else is scary, y'all? Folks like this vote. Y'all should make sure you're at the polls come August.
There's a county that approved it. There's a state that's recognizing it. There's a preacher who did the service.
Man, this is...
There's people who went to this.
You're right. And didn't say nothing.
Oh, and yeah, they all vote. And there's your problem. Your light bulbs should be coming on.
That's right. August 8th is a primary in the great state of Mississippi. Make sure you're there to vote. And then November, you'll get to choose the actual one who does it. And speaking of, we're going to have a special guest on Friday. We want y'all to tune in. We have a big lieutenant governor race that is going on in the great state of Mississippi. And we're going to have a big one coming in.
We're going to have Mr. Chris McDonald come sit in
McDaniel.
with us. McDaniel, golly. McDaniel come sit in with us and talk about what his plans are and what he would like to do if he had the opportunity to serve in that position.
Chris is one of those that's kind of straightforward. If you follow him on Facebook and if he thinks that he says it, we'll pick his brain. If you've got a question for Chris McDaniel, make sure to tune in on Friday morning. We'll hear his side of this and what he's going to be doing. He's also going to be going downtown Meridian on Friday. He'll be having lunch in downtown Meridian. We'll let him tell all about that. If you'd like to meet him, ask him a question here Friday morning beginning at 7 a.m.
That's right.
Do you remember a few weeks back when we had the murder on Highway 19 and the store was robbed there, the Exxon?
Yeah, right there at 5th Street.
Yep.
Yeah.
As the person on the bicycle robbed the store and rode off, they rode behind the store toward 5th Street and would abandon their bicycle near a mobile home.
Right, kind of behind the old flower shop.
Yeah. Just to the left of there is where the body was found in an abandoned home, but just to the right of where the bicycle was a mobile home. Last night, it no longer exists. A fire broke out there last night. Now, did it just happen? We don't know. We don't know what happened. We hadn't spoke to fire marshals, but the Meridian Fire Department responded to that. I do believe it is a total loss at this point.
Well, I will say this right here, working with every one of them, with the leadership of Jason and James down there at Meridian Fire Department. You've got Vincent, the fire marshal, and Keith Reed, who is investigator. They will find out what's going on with this. So we're in good hands with our fire investigation in Meridian. I can promise you that. I can vouch for it.
And I also need to say this because I just saw Jerome Lee pop up. Good morning to you, Jerome. Look, I know I took a picture with your wife yesterday, and I don't know if you've seen that picture yet. Be easy on me. The reason I brought this up, and this is pretty neat. I'll get the video posted here in just a little bit. I had an opportunity yesterday to go to Anderson's Cancer Center. Now, if you've ever had cancer, known anybody who had cancer, it's a horrible disease. It affects so many Americans. There's probably not a person watching that either hasn't been affected by it or doesn't have a family member or close friend that has had this disease. But they're doing a thing where you don't have to have had treatment there, but if you're a survivor, you can swing by and get your handprint, and they frame these on a canvas that you're a survivor of cancer. And we went by and videoed all of this, and we'll be posting that here in just a little while. After it was all said and done, I cannot thank Anderson enough of just how nice they were to me yesterday. They gave me a tour of the hospital, the entire facility, and I got to meet so many great people that work here in Meridian at the hospitals. Awesome. They took care of me 3 years ago when I had my serious heart attack and like to not been with y'all anymore. I went back through that area and visited with people. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I got to meet the administration all the way from the very top to everyone that worked there. And thank y'all so much for the kind hospitality that y'all passed along to me as I got to tour the facility.
That's a big old place.
It is. We walked and walked. I thought I was going to have to call a golf cart to come get me. But it's wonderful, and we have some great doctors here in Meridian. I got to meet so many of you yesterday. So just a quick thank you to everyone that showed that hospitality.
Yeah, that's a good facility over there.
All right, we got more on the way with Scotty Ray and Odie as we begin. This is Wednesday.
We are already on hump day.
Nothing adds more value to your home than well-manicured landscaping. Distinctive Borders can transform the look of your residential or commercial landscaping with continuous decorative concrete curbing. Distinctive Borders adds an attractive, durable, and permanent solution that will add value and prestige to the overall appearance of your home's landscape. Choose from a custom range of colors and patterns at an affordable price. Locally owned and operated right here in Meridian, Mississippi. Distinctive Borders, 601-490-3678.
Are you looking for a trustworthy place to buy your next car or truck? Visit my friends at Massey Supermart Auto Sales. They've been doing business since 1955. There's a reason they've been in business for so long. They have fair prices, superior service, and repeat customers. For your next quality pre-owned vehicle, it's Massey Supermart Auto Sales. Taking care of your car needs at 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
No matter how many times you try, and no matter where you call, Representative 81 Steve Horn won't answer the phone. We're not getting any representation in Jackson. District 81, we can do better. Vote Ben Shirley, August the 8th. Paid for by Ben Shirley.
And welcome back. And I wanted to say this morning. A big happy birthday wherever you are, son. My son, Dylan Ray, celebrating his 29th birthday today. So, Dylan Ray, salute and happy birthday to you.
I know where he's at. He's somewhere running around NASA, because he's the NASA engineer.
We are real close. Soon we'll have a little thing for him that I'm super proud of the boy. He's done well, and he should get his final degree in a few days, and we'll tell you about all that. Proud of you there. A lot of people saying they're looking forward to Chris McDaniel joining us on Friday. I hope y'all will tune in and watch that show.
Yeah.
We'll have a lot of questions. I'm sure that there's people out there that go, boy, I'd sure like if I ever get a chance to bump into Chris, ask him this. This will be your opportunity here, as if you're watching on television, grab your notepads, your phones, however you get online, and you can throw a question to us while we're live, and Chris will be able to see that, and you can ask a question to him. So,
or at least send it through a
messenger.
And we'll try and get as many of those asked as we can. It's going to be a lot of people's already asking questions, so we'll try and get everybody's answer to them. But time is limited. It'd be nice if we had 6-7 hours that we can sit down and talk to every candidate and find out, hey, we want to know this, and this. But send them in so we'll know.
Absolutely. Hey, I got a note here that says if you bring up my name, I'll come hurt you. So I won't bring up the name. But as we were talking about the fire that happened there on 5th Street, what I'm being told is a lot of homeless have been in the area and might have been staying in that mobile home and that burned down last night. Is what I'm getting there from folks that live in the area. Appreciate the notes there. And as soon as we get more information on that, we'll pass that along. Thank y'all so much there. All right, let's roll back in history and look at a few of the folks that had something go on special on Today in History.
And this is a good one.
Wasn't this part of the was it the Rat Pack?
Yeah.
As we go back, Dean Martin was born on this day in 1917. Now, Dean was kind of like a ladies' man of his time, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He was the, what do they call it? The whole bag of chips? Or something?
Yeah.
So he was a main ladies' man there.
Yeah, absolutely. Dean Martin, what a good guy he was. And funny. He always done a lot there. Now, as we go back and we talk about people that ladies went nuts over this guy.
Yeah, even with his hair and That's kind of a character, isn't it?
Yeah, I've heard that things were chunked on stage for this old boy at one time there, Odie. Tom's Jones has a birthday today, born in 1940.
He's definitely a character. But yeah, now I guess he was a ladies' man too.
Yeah, back in the day, the ladies were nuts about him at concerts,
Yeah.
so that was the big one there.
They do that to me now. But
Now, we brought up this not long ago about what a great actor he is, but maybe his personal thoughts don't line up with what he does for a living.
no. And when you have a movie like Taken,
Yeah.
and then you turn around and say, well, I'm against the guns, maybe you're not the actor that should be playing these parts. But here he is.
Liam Neeson, born in 1952 on this date. And what does he have? A particular set of skills.
Yeah.
And I know how to use them.
Great actor.
Yeah.
Like his movies. Just don't like his train of thought.
Yep, a little bit different there, what goes on. 1969, this would be 54 years ago today.
Man.
A television show came to light as they threw the lights on in Hollywood, and it would go out to the homes everywhere. This was huge and would make this man forever and ever a legend.
Oh, yeah.
1969, the Johnny Cash show premiered on this date.
Old Johnny Cash now. He has one of those voices that is distinctive. You know it's him as soon as he starts to breathe. And wasn't he kind of like a little ladies' man?
At one time he was.
Yeah, while he was married.
Yeah, and he got a big divorce over that.
I had to, since I got married, I had to beat everybody off with a stick.
There were bill collectors taking mine.
Is that what they were?
That's what that
No
was.
wonder they were antagonizing me.
Now, one of Odie's, I mean, everywhere he went, he carried this CD back in the 80s. Everywhere he went. 1958, Prince was born on this date.
That's right.
Do you still sing, what was that?
When doves fly.
Yeah.
Oh, me.
It was. I was trying to think what the next line was, and I have no clue.
I can't either.
I remember hearing it in high school. Wasn't one of my big ones there, but I know a lot of people really liked it.
Partied like it was 1999.
And something about a red Corvette. Or was that George
Little
Jones?
red Corvette.
Yeah, George didn't do that version of that, did he? 1975, this would be the number one song. Now, at the time in 1975, country music was this way. We had folk music over here, and each type of music was different. It really stood out. Nowadays, it's just one big blur. But in 75, there was some confusion of, no, you're folk. You ain't got nothing to do up in country music. He would win the Entertainer of the Year. It would go on, and he would have the number one song today. Thank God I'm a country boy.
Thank God I'm a country
I got
boy.
cakes on the griddle.
Man,
That was a good one.
that was a good one. Yes, it was.
And if you've never heard that, go back and listen to that day on YouTube. It's a
they've
toe
got-
tapper.
Surely they've heard of it.
I saw a Roger Miller, Jerry Reed. At the time, all of the greatest pickers that existed in the world played with John Denver on a special on television, and they played that song. And it was like the $1 Million Band.
Oh, man.
Something else there. Who remembers TV Guide? 1980, let's go there. And it was a spinoff of Dallas. It was just a little bit too much for me to get involved in, but a lot of people watched Knots Landing.
Yeah, that's something I didn't get in.
Yeah, here's the Ewing that just didn't fit in Dallas, and he had to go to some other town and be head of a cul-de-sac. JR
So it was
running
about a HOA or something?
Yeah. JR was running a big oil company, and he was taking care of.
He was playing neighborhood cop.
That's what it was. I just didn't fit in with that show.
Yeah. You can't park your trash can there. You've got to bring it inside the garage.
Did you paint your house blue? You can't do that.
You can't do that.
That's basically what the show was about, best we can remember.
Your hedges are a ½ inch too high.
And y'all know what? There's people that do that, and you know that.
Yeah. I'd be like, well, come over here and trim them.
Yeah. Oh, out in the county, you can just kind of do what you want.
Thank goodness y'all ain't seen my house.
I ain't commenting on it. Back in 2004, and as we brought up a minute ago about what's going on at Anderson's here in Meridian, and especially the Cancer Society, if you were to be sitting today and you got a phone call from the doctor and he goes, you've got a month, you've got 2 months to live, what would you do? Would you be sad? Would you face the world? Would you go do things that you would always want to do and live those last few days to your fullest, what would you do?
I've got a cancer policy.
Right.
And that cancer policy just pays me a lump sum. And with that lump sum, I'm grabbing my daughter, my grandkids, my wife, and they're not going to watch me in a bed.
Yeah.
The last they see of me is us going around having fun, creating memories, and then I'll come back and good Lord can put his
That's the
will
way you
on
would
me.
handle it.
But that's what I would do. I'd get out and go make memories where I don't want sick memories. I want meaningful memories of us doing things together.
Makes sense. And as I bring this up, all this is a point. It was a writer that had that same thought that Odie is talking about. They would sit down with pen and paper and write this out, and as soon as it was written, they would realize that, well, it was really only one person that this song really needed to make it a number one, and it happened today. It was Tim McGraw, Live Like You Were Dying. If you've ever listened to that. So you ever had that urge to go jump on a bull and try your hand at 8 seconds? That is not on my bucket list.
Now I'd have to get stepdaughter, my little baby duck, and my little ducklings, and we'd have to rebuild the relationship that we had. So it'd be a whole group of us. We going somewhere. I'd have to get a whole wing on a cruise ship.
Hang in there. And that's a look back of what went on today in history. We didn't have as much that happened. For some reason, June 7th just was not that day that went down in the...
Maybe it was hump day then, too.
It may have been.
Know.
It may have been.
So, yeah.
Scotty Ray and Odie, it's time to put a smile on. It is Wednesday. We'll be right back with more to tell you. J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, and they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
Patrick Allen Companies services and repairs all brands of overhead doors, residential and commercial. Our service technicians are factory trained and have over 125 years of combined experiences. At Patrick Allen Companies, we are not interested in being the biggest, just the best. We are just 4 miles south of Meridian on Highway 145. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Odie.
We're trying to do more than one thing at a time.
It takes both of us, trust me.
One's
Carol,
blind and the other can't see.
We have to say congratulations on this. We've got a big anniversary here.
At 32 years, man, that's something.
It is. Carol and her husband, Mr. Seipel, having a birthday. We didn't get his first name.
No. So,
it's actually her anniversary. We just want you to know that.
And
He's
we're trying
probably
to remind you so you don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Of course, you made it 32 years. You hadn't forgot it yet.
Miss Millie tells us she used to watch Knots Landing instead of Dallas. It's usually most folks the opposite way there. But Miss Millie, congratulations there.
At least we got one.
Well, one person did watch it.
You do know what I'll do if that hits you in the face.
What's that?
I don't know. That's what I was reading.
Let's talk about Lauderdale, Mississippi. We talked about this last night, and I have not had a chance to speak with Chief Deputy Ward Calhoun about all that went on. But we had an accident in Lauderdale last night. And as we pull this up, now, if anything happens in Lauderdale, it spreads like wildfire.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for everybody to push that down the line.
As we pull this up, when we look at this was right at the railroad tracks where the Lauderdale Toomsuba Road and York Road meet there.
Yeah.
A car would strike a pole and would crack the pole. Eventually, I think the pole would fall down. The police were there most of the night with that, and we might have had somebody that tried to skip out of town after being involved in an accident.
Oh, they didn't want to stick around for that, huh?
Nope, and I think they might have got a ride back to the scene of the crime, and maybe Metro Ambulance had to show up on the scene. We hadn't got all the details of that yet, but I'm getting that from the front porches of Lauderdale this morning of more than meets the eye here. So we'll get with the Sheriff's Department today to find out what went on last night in Lauderdale to make sure you know exactly what, who, and I think somebody even got some of those things that go click.
Oh, those silver bracelets?
Yeah, those silver bracelets.
Yeah.
They got to ride toward 11 miles due south.
And then you get a free meal.
Boy, I'm telling you.
If you wanted free health care because you think you've earned it, you get it there too.
Yes, you do. Yes.
So
get a lot of things there.
Yeah.
Over in Marion last night, what was that I hear? Oh, was that bang, bang, bang? Oh, about 10 bangs. This would be near Confederate Drive. We don't have the exact address of where this went on, but it was reported by more than one or two people of, I hear that. And that would be on this side here going into Marion on Confederate Drive. No one was hurt. No one was injured, thank goodness. But we do know that happened. Also in the streets of Meridian last night, we would see that we did have gunfire reported. 42nd Avenue is one of the places. We also, there was another place, and I'll have to look that back up here in just a moment. I had notes. I'll find
Fish
my notes.
Street. Well, we knew about that one.
Yeah, that's fire.
And then 52nd.
Yeah, 52nd Street. I think we had some more. Now, let's move on to something else that went on yesterday afternoon. Let's go out to Highway 19. Have mercy.
Ooh, that's a Mercedes.
Mercedes has been damaged. This was an accident that happened if you were traveling home last night or yesterday afternoon. You probably came across this along with this car here. That didn't turn out well. I don't think it was any serious injuries, but it sure messed up a day, without a doubt there. So we hope everybody gets well on that.
That's tough. Tom Bradshaw, safe trip for you while you come back. He's in Quinn, Michigan, visiting his long-lost daughter and family. So he's coming back home tomorrow. So, hey, glad you were up there with your family. Be careful traveling back, and we'll welcome you back home.
Well, let's see here. We had somebody say that there was a technical difficulty possibly on television there. On our side, we're still good. So
hopefully the TV will get fixed up real quick.
Yeah, let me flip back here. Yep. We've got everything still working on our side. So we do hope that gets worked out there. We're showing 100% on everything. Camera's still working. Let's head out to another thing that went on yesterday afternoon. Maybe you were traveling Pine Springs. Maybe your day, what's the word? It gets turned upside down. Ooh, and this did happen yesterday.
What a great transition.
Yes, a car upside down. This is right on Pine Springs Road. No serious injuries on this also. But, boy, that's rough there. Maybe a scratch or two. Everybody's going to be okay. But, man, that's got to be, as we talk about accidents that happen where you're kind of like slow motion. Can you imagine that?
And I haven't been there.
I know I haven't either.
Everybody that I've talked to said that was just the slowest motion. And I can just only imagine.
We did get reports. It was Facebook, the main page that was getting hung up. If you're having trouble on Facebook, you can switch over to YouTube at Scotty Ray Report. Type that in, you'll find our page and follow us there. It's always a great way to have also to watch. Also, regardless, we'll be on Facebook, YouTube, and also Twitter at any given time. You can look up our name under Scotty Ray Report, any of those, and find us.
I saw Joe on there. So, Joe, you keep watching.
Yes, sir, Bob. Let's see what else now, this is coming up. I wanted to show the pictures of this. I meant to bring it up the other day, and we got tied up. We had the Frank Cochran Center. How many years ago has that been?
5.
We had someone rent it. The building caught on fire, I think, maybe in the kitchen area. And so it was more or less destroyed. and not been able to rent since. The city is going to rebuild this, and we've gotten the pictures, and we put this on Facebook, but I thought we would share it on television to where you got a big screen view of what it is supposedly going to look like. These are the drawings that is coming to the Frank Cochran Center of what it will look like.
Now, are they putting a bulletproof roof on the top of it?
I knew that was coming. That is the question that we do not know at this point.
We don't want to poke holes in the top of it.
It looks great. Now, let's just be honest. There's a lot of people that say, who's going to rent this with the crime in the area? That is a great question.
You know, I'm mixed on that because I do have that question. But the other part of me is, let's don't give in to these folks.
That's right.
If we start doing stuff, we push them out.
That's right.
Do we need to spend that much money, or does the city need to spend that much money?
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, as long as it doesn't interfere with what we got to do to build up our police force. Number one, period. And if it will help push this area back clean again, you got Odie's vote. But let's don't just build it and walk away.
Yeah. We've got like this other big building that's wide open. If it had been enclosed, everybody'd be renting it. I just can't remember.
With walls?
Yeah, with walls. Neshoba County done that. Walls, when it rains, you don't get wet. It's an amazing thing. It just truly is. Forest, Mississippi even tried it with walls, and they go, wow, people rent our building. We pass along, like it or not, the truth of what everybody else thinks. More on the way. Believe it or not, Father's Day is almost here, and Garrett's Outfitters has exactly what Dad is looking for, from hobo shirts and shorts. Maybe Dad's in the need of a hat for riding that tractor. And every dad needs a pocket knife. Come by and see the big selection of those. From fishing rods to bait. Maybe it's a comfortable pair of work boots, snake boots, or even some slip-on waterproof boots. And I almost forgot those Carhartt pants and shirts. For Father's Day, it's Garrett Outfitters, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing, or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. And welcome back. I'm your friend, Scotty Ray.
Lord, look, Chief done messed my hair up right on TV.
Odie got attacked during commercials.
Yeah, golly. And see here, it's one of those
You were
things.
telling us just a while ago that you were having to beat the women off.
I know.
Good thing this didn't show on television during that break there, what happened.
Yeah, Amy be up here in a heartbeat.
Hey, we had a special delivery of an event that's coming up while we were during commercial is what we were doing there. And you want to tell us about what it is?
Yeah, so 7th Annual Fleet Reserve Charity Fundraiser, Saturday, June 10th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's going to be out on their Fleet Reserve building on Highway 39. $10 for one meat, 2 sides in a roll, or $12 for one meat and 3 sides in a roll. And it's either a chicken quarter or pulled pork plates. So go by and check them out. Help them with their charity fundraiser. Hey, we got to support our military, and
yes, sir.
Fleet Reserve's right there with us.
Right there on Highway 39. Can't miss it. It's that building up there on
Can't miss it. And real quick, I want to throw this in there. We were talking about old Joe Collins was watching.
Yeah.
And I've known him and his beautiful wife, Judy, for a long time. Joe's retired from Meridian Fire Department. We appreciate you watching, Joe, and hopefully you've got it back where it's not freezing up. But they've got a daughter named JC. And you talk about somebody that can swim in a swimming pool.
Man, she has been doing wonderful, hadn't she?
She went to the state games.
Yes, she sure did.
When she got in the swimming pool, she set forth to show out.
What'd she do?
Not 1, not 2, not 4, not 7, not 8, 9 gold medals.
Wow, Odie.
For swimming. 9. I don't know if that's a record, but I hadn't heard of anybody else.
Well, we're certainly proud of her. 9 gold medals.
But she is, you got a picture of her?
I do. Let me pull this up where you can see. She's got the medals on.
Yes. I don't know how she's standing.
Now, isn't that just gorgeous? We are so proud of her.
Joe, you and Judy did a good job teaching her how to swim, because she's definitely, I'm talking about the butterfly, the backstroke. I don't know what all she does. And
everything that we can't pronounce.
Right. And then there were people coming up saying, hey, do you want to do a tag with me? And she said, okay. So they won gold in that.
Well, it just doesn't get any better. I know y'all's hearts are swelling with pride.
And both Judy and JC are down in the weather right now. So, Joe, we feel your pain, but Jody, JC, we want you to get better.
Absolutely. Hey, let's look at Clark County. I meant to bring this up yesterday, but we were swamped. We had another accident down in Clark County there, and this is one of those, boy, it gets scary when you see these. We'll go to Clark County Hot Topics of a motorcycle off in the bushes. Helmet laying there. Whoop.
He's down up in there.
So I think everybody was okay, but those things do happen from time to time. And as we mentioned before, watch that grass on the edge of roadways.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. Right. Yeah. And
makes it slick.
Be careful if you ride bikes. I know the summertime brings everybody out on that.
Yeah, it does. And, I mean, even grass out there for just a little while, you never know. You're blowing it out there. Your intention is to come back and blow it off. But while you're finishing that next turnaround, that's when a motorcycle can come by.
All right. Well, this is the end of our time. We're coming back tomorrow morning.
Hump Day is already humping right on along, isn't it? Golly.
It is.
Well, we love you. We enjoy you. Thank you for being with us. 23 hours, you'll see us back here.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: